Hi, all the sons of the zodiac. I'm Pam, and welcome to your mid-month psychic tarot update for June 2020. This month, I'm using the Taramuka Tarot deck. And remember, these are general readings, and to get messages pertaining specifically for you, you would need a private reading. Please be sure to watch your rising sign and your moon sign, because some months they're going to resonate more for you than your sun sign will. And if you're born on the cusp of your sign, it's advised to watch your cusp sign. Some months, your psychic messages and predictions are actually going to be coming to you from there. I do get emails about that from time to time, so you might want to check that out. So all that being said, now onto your mid-month psychic tarot update. And I'm starting with Aries. And the first card you have, Aries, is the Four of Rods. And the Four of Rods, this could indicate a wedding, attending a wedding, throwing a wedding. It could be attending some kind of party or celebration. This could also indicate a celebratory conclusion to something happening in your life, or at times this can mean success in springtime. Some of you are really going through some kind of metamorphosis or change, some of you Aries, in this mid-month of June. It's like you want things set in stone, and some of you are going to have a strong gravitational pull to somebody that you're going to meet. This could be a potential new love relationship that could end up in this marriage or wedding situation. You could meet them at a celebration even, or there could be some strong pull to them for another reason, a business partnership, a business contact, a friendship. Your family life is going to become very, very important to you in the midpoint of June and going further. And some of you are going to find that if you're already coupled with someone in a love relationship, a romance, a marriage, a dating, whatever, you're going to become really more in tune with your partner's needs in June. You're going to have a lot stronger of an empathic and empathetic connection with them. You may feel a little challenged by someone or a few people that you may feel like are trying to take you down in some way. Like if you have mess with your work or socially mess with you in some way, or maybe even in a family sense or a love relationship sense. But some of you may feel like there's people trying to mess with you or take you down in some way. But what area that is, it will be different for all of you Aries because you all don't have the same birth chart. Some of you are going to start communicating with somebody from a distance that's going to bring you in some good or very, very interesting news. This could be a friend that lives far away from you, a business associate that lives far away, an old love, a relative. It's going to be different for all of you, but you get some important information or news, interesting too, that comes to you. So the next card you have in your reading, Aries, for the mid-month of June, you have the Judgment card. And this is, what do we think about a situation? What do we feel about it? What's the word? What's the proclamation? How are things going to go down, and how does it affect everyone involved? So your two cards are Four of Rods and Judgment for mid-June. Some of you are going to have to answer some important questions. You may have a boss that's asking you questions. It could be officials, IRS, government agencies, local agencies that are I don't know, some kind of official capacity for some of you. Some of you are going to be required to take some kind of test or exam in the midpoint of June. And this could be to upgrade a license, a permit. I mean, there's a lot of different things that could be the reasoning here for this test. Maybe it's even something like you have to, every year or every couple of years, you have to take an exam to upgrade your license. You have to do something, teach, nurse. I don't know how that works, but there may be some requiring of tests for some reason for some of you. It could even be medical testing for some of you. If you owe cash to someone, you may find that you have to pay it back in mid-June or moving forward in July even. And this could be like a personal loan. It could be to a bank. I don't know, but I do get having to pay back some money. Now, for some of you, this could be somebody that owes you money. So that's a prediction that could go either way for some of you, Aries. You may feel a little frustrated in mid-June. You may feel like nobody's listening to what you're saying. Maybe there's certain people you want them to hear what you're saying, and they're just like blowing you off or not paying attention. Some of you may feel like that. And you know what? Some of you may come up with this feeling of like, I can't tell the whole story. So if you get questioned by a boss or authorities, or you're telling somebody some important information, you may feel like some of it is too sensitive and that you have to withhold some of that information for self-preservation of yourself, or for, you don't want to hurt the other person. So you may withhold some of that information in the mid-month of June. So you had a hodgepodge of messages there that wasn't all talking about one thing. So I hope those messages made sense to you. Always watch the Psychic Tarot readings at the beginning of the month. They're much longer. This is just a brief little update for your sign. So now on to the sign of Taurus. Taurus, the first card you got is Seven of Rods, and this is taking a moral high ground in some situation. It could also be you closing the door on negative energy and negative communications coming at you, or holding it back, keeping it at bay. I feel that some of you Tauruses are actually going to be doing some rethinking about some strategies that you've come up with or plans. So I feel like there's a lot of rethinking going on your part in mid-June. You may also feel like people are, Aries kind of got something like this, you're getting it too, where you may feel like there's people coming at you, like asking you a lot of questions in mid-June, maybe even in July and August too. I feel like you Tauruses too are also getting tired of listening to all the gossiping and naysaying that you're witnessing or listening to that are going on. Could be on the internet, could be on social media, people, acting up, saying things, but it could be people in your immediate circle, in your life, in your family or friends. I do feel you're going to be like, I'm not listening to them. I've made my own mind up. This is what I believe. This is what I think. And I'm shutting that down. I'm not listening to them. Some of you Tauruses are going to have to revise a contract or get involved in some kind of negotiation or renegotiation of something in mid-June or going into July. There is something in writing or something that's not quite right that needs to be rectified or revised or rewritten. Some of you are feeling like, I got to look at how I want to spend my time elsewhere because I don't want to do this anymore. That could be your job. You could feel like you don't want to do it anymore. It could be a love relationship. You don't feel like you want to do it anymore. It could be a club, a group, an organization, or something you're involved in. But my guides are saying like you're going to be thinking, I got to figure out or get involved in something else about how I can have better use or more enjoyment of my time because I don't want to do this anymore. That comes up for some of you Tauruses. If you are a gambling Taurus, if you go out and gamble, you would be actually, I don't promote that though. I'm not promoting it, but I feel like you would be lucky in any kind of, gambling that you might decide to do in mid-June or July. The next card you have is the World, and this is the planets in the heavens, the spirit guides around you, giving you more control. This could also be if it was reversed, because I don't let them reverse, so it could mean lack of control. This could also be a karmic cycle ending and a new karmic cycle beginning for you, and we do have 2 eclipses this month. June 5th, we had one, And we have another one. We have a lunar eclipse on June 5th and a solar eclipse on the 21st of June. There's something some of you Tauruses are releasing to the public or to powers that be. And the powers that be or the public it's like going to be up to them. Are they going to have it or not have it? So it could be something you wrote, something you're putting on a video, some blog that you're writing, or I don't know, but it could even be something at your job, like you're putting something out there, and are your bosses or the higher ups going to go for it, or are they not? Is it, if it's out to the public, is the public going to like it, or are they not? Like that kind of energy comes up around you here. You have somebody scrutinizing what you're doing. Some of you, there's jealousy involved in that scrutinizing, and this could be coming from somebody that's like kind of like spying on you or stalking you. I don't really like to use those words, but you get my drift. On like social media, like what are they up to? You know, that kind of thing. It could be a boss or people at work, or if they do any like review of your work, that kind of thing. But you may feel like you got eyes on you, somebody like spying on you. And for some of you, not all of you, this could even be coming from family members or siblings could be doing this. There could be some jealousy attached to it. Not all of you does the jealousy thing apply to. Some of you are completing something in June or July, and it's going to be a big weight off of your shoulders, and you're going to breathe a big sigh of relief. It could be a big work project. It could be renovations you were doing to your home, or a decoration project, or landscaping, or you know, some other, like maybe you were writing a book or producing something. Like there's some kind of completion here ending for you in mid-June or going into July, and it's going to be a big weight off of your shoulders. So I hope those messages made sense to you, and I hope they were of some help in this little mid-month update here. So now on to the sign of Gemini. Gemini, the first card you have is Two of Rods, and Two of Rods is partnership in business or partnership in romance. This could also be something that you're creating and putting out there into the world. And the other sign that got Two of Rods is Libra. Some of you Geminis are really doing a lot of speculating in June, mid-June, and going into July about what your next move or step forward is going to be. Some of you have the feeling like you don't want to waste time. And time is really of the essence to you for some of you Geminis, and you may feel like, I don't want the grass to grow under my feet. I gotta, you know, something needs to move here, whether it's work, love relationships, or you just feel like your life is stuck in some way, or some particular area in your life, you want it to move forward. Some of you Geminis have held on to a lot of anger and resentment to like maybe different people over the years, and this has built up an accumulation in your body. You maybe have like some little health problems here and there, or like depression or whatever. It's a great time for you to let that go now. Try to let that go, because if you harbor all these little angers and resentments inside of you, they will manifest in your body in a physical form in some way or another. They could affect your pancreas, your gallbladder, your liver, anything in different areas of your body could be affected by that. So this is a good month for you to let go of those things. Some of you Geminis are getting a new job in June or July. Some of you Geminis are starting to take some advanced classes, or maybe you already took classes and now you're going on to the next level, and the next step is more advanced. But I get advanced classes or taking classes comes up here. Some of you may actually be putting money down on something, like if you want to buy a condo or an apartment, if you're able to buy it, if they're, you know, or something like that, putting money down on something. It could even be to buy a car, or something else. It could be a home that's like a vacation home, or a piece of property, or a business property. But for many of you, I see you putting money down on something that feels like substantial, like it's a substantial purchase. It's not small. So the next card you have in your reading is the Four of Cups, Gemini. And the Four of Cups is ruminating, going within, overanalyzing, pulling at straws, worrying about the past, could be just pondering decisions. And you have some kind of opportunity that comes to you out of the blue, and you need to have your wits about you because you might be doing all this internal stuff and you don't want to miss this opportunity. So your two cards are Two of Rods and Four of Cups for the middle of June. Some of you feel like you're tired and you don't want to complete something that you're doing, or you're feeling like you don't want to do something anymore, or all of those feelings. You may even be asking yourself some tough questions like, why did I waste so much time and energy on this? Like this job, this project, this relationship, this situation. Only you are going to know what that area is for you. You may be questioning yourself and saying, you may be saying that you think you need to make better decisions. Or maybe you're just looking back at the past and are thinking, I needed to have made better decisions in the past. Some of you may have a real opportunity to reveal something about yourself on, like, in a job interview, or an interview for a magazine, a newspaper, or in some situation where you have to make some kind of presentation of some sort at your job involving work. You may feel like some things have gotten kind of gnarly in your life, or complicated, and you may feel like you want to feel better. I do feel like you have some internal gyrations going on here. Some of you may have stomach disruptions. You may be having trouble eating certain things. Your stomach or your intestines may be bothering you. That kind of thing comes up for some of you. Some of you are going to get out of a troubling situation where you feel like somebody has made like some kind of mockery out of you or something you've done. You're going to get out of that in some way. So it's a lot to think about there, Gemini. I hope those messages made sense to you, and I hope they were of help. Now on to the sign of Cancer. And the first card you have, Cancer, is the Page of Rods. And the Page of Rods is a fire sign person. This is either an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. This could also be you if you have a rising sign or moon sign that is a fire sign. This person is, you may feel like you've bit off more than you can chew with this fire sign person. They may be trying to really influence you or infiltrate your life in some way in June going into July. They may want something from you. I feel like some of them are looking at you like there's things they need you to do. They may be trying to get you to do work for them, where they may pay you, or they may be just trying to coerce you into helping them out. Maybe they have to move, or maybe they need you to babysit their kids, or maybe they're going to try to push off some work. Maybe you work with this person and they're trying to push off some work to you that's actually theirs. I feel like you're going to find them somewhat annoying and irritating. I don't feel like things are totally right here. I feel like things are like askew, like not totally right, like off kilter. Things aren't in balance between you and this fire sign person. They're like out of whack. They may be like putting in a lot of effort to try to get you to jump through hoops for them. This could be your boss. It could be a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a child. Think about all the possibilities. This is a fire sign person that really wants you to help them or do things for them, thinks that they can get you to jump through hoops, that you're going to feel like the situation is not smooth sailing. It's something's off kilter about it. It's just not right. And they may be like a source of annoyance or frustration for you So think about that, who this is, Cancer. And don't be surprised if this fire sign person says things they do not mean. They could be very explosive and say things that are negative and they don't really mean it. Or they could be saying the sweetest of loveliness things and they don't really mean it. So you got to be careful of what are they saying they don't really mean. Now, the next card you have, Cancer, is Five of Cups. And this is sadness, loss, and regret. This means not all hope is lost. There still is hope here. And sometimes this can come up with if people have a drinking problem, you or somebody in your life. Not always, just sometimes. You're feeling like somebody is shallow. Somebody you're dealing with is shallow in June going into July. And you may be miffed. You may feel like they've overlooked all the things I've already done for them. So who is that? Your significant other? Is it this person? It feels like it's connected to the Page of Rods. You may feel like you've been abandoned, cut off, and that you shouldn't have been treated the way you've been treated. I don't really actually feel like the treatment is totally all happening to you in June. I feel like it's already been happening to you, and you're getting like the culmination of it is packing a punch. Because don't forget, there's a lunar eclipse that's happening in, a solar eclipse in your sign in Cancer on June 21st. So this could be chickens are coming home to roost here in this situation. You want to be fair and you don't want to be judgmental, but it's almost like you can't help it. You can't help what the judgments are that are coming up in your mind. You maybe have taken on too much of other people's issues and problems. Even though you maybe thought that wasn't what you were doing, you maybe had other intentions, but really in essence, in the end, you found out that you've taken on too much of other people's problems. And if you're an empath, which a lot of people are, you're going to take on other people's emotions and problems and not mean to, and then they feel like they belong to you, and you don't want that. You've got to stay true to your course, and I'm not going to lie to you here, Cancer. Some of you are going to feel victimized or like you have been victimized recently. This has taken a toll on you. It's taken a toll on you psychologically. It's affected your psyche. But again, some of this could have happened a long, long time ago. Maybe it didn't even happen now or recently, but this solar eclipse in Cancer on June 21st, it's like making some of this stuff come to the surface and come out, which is good because eclipses end things and they begin things. So this is stuff that I brought up here that needs to go. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Leo. And the first card you have, Leo, is the Ace of Rods. And the Ace of Rods is new beginnings. This could be a new home, receiving an inheritance, could be starting a new job, a new love relationship, a birth of a child, or some new venture or adventure going on in your life. You're going to start to be a force not to be reckoned with. You're not going to be like stifled, held back, pinned down. Maybe you're always that way, but that's being really ignited for you in mid-June going into July. Some of you are going to be looking over all these details that could be written in a contract or some kind of form you have to fill out or in any kind of negotiations that you're in. You're going to stand strong in your purpose and you're not going to waver from it. So if you have certain conditions in any kind of contract or anything you're signing or doing, you're not going to want to bend. You're going to have your stipulations and your conditions are going to be very strong for you. Some of you are going to find out that there's things that you did in the past that money was actually owed to you, you didn't receive, or money that was owed to you, you didn't receive, you could be getting it now. You're either going to find out it was owed to you and you didn't realize it, or you're going to be getting it. You may feel like, I'm not going to let somebody take advantage of me or have my way with me. Like, you may feel like you're seeing that. For me to get that message, that indicates to me that you may feel like somebody's trying to manipulate you, control you, take advantage of you in some way, and you're not going to stand for it. You're going to catch it and eliminate that from happening. I got this in the mid-year update too. Somebody is stealing your work and taking credit for it. If you're not aware that that's been going on, I feel that you're going to find out about it. If you go to any parties, gatherings, celebrations, or job interviews, or any auditions, or anything you have to do, you're going to show up in a mighty big way. You're going to be like, ta-da, like there's not going to be any missing what you're doing. You're going to be like very noticeable and recognized. So the next card you have in your reading is the Nine of Swords. And this is could be sleepless nights, migraine headaches, worrying about somebody that doesn't feel well. You yourself could not feel well. This can also mean grieving the loss of a love relationship, like grieving the loss of a breakup or some other kind of grieving. So your two cards are Ace of Rods and Nine of Swords for the middle of June. I feel like you're going to feel like, I can't combat this. Why did this happen? I can't believe this is happening to me. Again, I feel like for some of you, it's that somebody has taken credit for your work. For some of you, it could be some other thing that you can't believe somebody did. You may also feel like you had all the facts and figures right about something, so why did it fall apart and not go right? You could have made some very big error in accounting or some like venture you decided to take and you based it on like calculations of facts and figures and you thought you had everything, all your ducks in a row and it all lined up, and then the numbers were wrong. The calculations weren't right. And so it's like breaking apart, or it's something that can't work, or it could have to do with a business for some of you. Some of you are, for some reason, retaining a lot of fluids in June going into July. And this could be water weight, but it could be from something else. It could have to do with medications you're taking or something you're eating or not eating. Some of you are going to have family members that are going to say to you that they want you to get away from somebody you're dealing with. They may say, you got to get out of that roommate situation. Get away from that roommate, or get away from that person you're dating, or get away from that love partner you're intertwined with, or get away from that job. But it could really be a particular person. I feel like you're going to have, some of you Leos are going to have some family members that are going to be telling you, you need to get away from someone in particular or a situation they feel is detrimental for you. I definitely feel like something that's going on here is going to make you feel incredibly challenged. Doesn't mean you're not going to be able to go forward and get past it, because in this card, it does show you've got a lot of strength and you're not going to, you're going to stick to your stipulations and things that you want. And I do feel that, but I can't get away that you got these two cards together. So I hope these messages made sense to you, and I hope they were of some help. So always good to watch the psychic tarot readings I do at the beginning of each month, because they are 3 times as long as these updates. So now on to the sign of Virgo. And the first card you have in your reading today, Virgo, for the mid-month update is the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords is an air sign person, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, sun, moon, or rising sign. This could also be you if you have a rising sign or a moon sign. That's an air sign, or if you're born on the Libra-Virgo cusp. So it could be you, could be one of your kids, could be an immature adult or an adult that's young at heart. They're kind of insecure. There's a lot going on with them, and they're really needing attention. So this could be one of your kids. It could be a sibling to you. It could be your significant other. Could be a dear friend. They've got some wild and crazy ideas going on in their mind, and they're also doing a lot of worrying. They don't feel like you're going to like what their thoughts or ideas are. They're feeling like you're going to shoot those thoughts and ideas down and maybe even try to keep them from some kind of path they want to take or some kind of opportunity. You may look at them like they're making ridiculous assumptions, or they're making ridiculous ideas, or that their ideas are way off base. So what the Page of Swords is thinking your reaction is to them is pretty accurate, because I do pick up you're going to feel like they're like got some harebrained schemes or ideas going on. This is testing times between you and the Page of Swords. It's like karmic tests and lessons between the two of you this month. You may really want this person to be more grounded and settled down. And you may look at them like they've got all these airy-fairy ideas in their head, like they're out in space, or like, you know, too changeable, or, you know, not grounded enough in what they're thinking or doing. There's going to be conflict here between the two of you. I don't feel that you're going to be on the same page with this Page of Swords. I don't feel you're going to be seeing eye to eye with them. They're like getting their inspiration from the unseen realms, or their subconscious, or their higher self, or their spirit guides, or imagination. Not from like, you would like them to deal more with like concrete facts, and they're like out there. So the next card, you have another people card in your reading. You have King of Cups. So King of Cups is a water sign person. This is Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. This could also be you, Virgo, if you have a rising or moon sign that's a water sign. This King of Cups seems to be revealing some information to you. This could be a boss to you. They may be looking very carefully and hard about how you do your work, how you do your job. They're quite spontaneous, and for some of you, so this could be multiple people. The people cards always are. This person may really want you to hear them. They may feel like, you know, it could even be that this could be still the Page of Swords. This could be their rising or moon sign here. I feel like they are connected for you. There's like stress here, problems. They want tensions relieved. And I really do feel like these are the same people. I really feel like this person, you really want to help them find their way. Like maybe this whole thing that has gone on in the world has thrown them off psychologically and done, you know, maybe they're having trouble with that. You may feel like you want to teach them a lesson. You may feel like you want to help them get on the right path. Again, I get like, you're looking at them like, why are you doing things in this manner? It's not in the right order, or it's not in the right manner. I really do strongly feel that this Page of Swords and this King of Cups for you are the same person. And you may feel like, man, what are you doing? You're creating drama. So this, like, again, it could be a significant other to you. It could be a sibling. It could be one of your kids. It could even be a boss. Yours was a little complicated, but I do feel like these are the same person, unless you're dealing with two people that have a lot of similarities going on in the mid-month of June going into July. So I hope those messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the sign of Libra. And before I go on to Libra, I just want to say here, I always post the most recent links for the most recent psychic readings that I record for my Vimeo on-demand channel in the description box below this video in the Show More section. Some people don't listen to the videos in the end, so I want to let you know that they are available on Vimeo, and I have many video series on Vimeo. You can either click the most recent links that I have posted below, or you can go to my website, www.theluckymermaid.com, click on the videos tab on my menu, and there you will see all the video series listed. You click on the video series, go to the series you want, click on the zodiac sign you want, and it will take you to that video on Vimeo. So thanks for letting me share that here. And now on to Libra. And the first card you have, Libra, is the Two of Rods. And the Two of Rods is partnership in business, partnership in romance, or something you're doing or creating and putting out there into the world. The other sign that got Two of Rods was Gemini. Some of you Libras may feel like there's something you need to get moving and getting out into the world, like something feels stuck to you. You may even be feeling stuck. And some of you Libras are having to adjust and get used to some new surroundings. Now, this could be like if you started a new job or if you moved from one house to another, but some of you have to get used to some new surroundings. Some of you are going to be dealing with people from your past, could be family members that you may have to entertain. You may be taking them out to restaurants or some other kind of events. This could be your kids, it could be your grandkids, but it could also be family that could be visiting you from a distance. You may feel like there's some things you really have to get ready that need to be made clean or stripped for a better presentation. This could be like some work project. You're like, I got to clean this up. It's too messy. Could be something in your house, like furniture you need to strip and refinish. Could be painting. Could be the outside of your house even. Some of you are going to get invited to attend a soiree, some kind of gathering that's quite going to be quite interesting for you. And you're going to really care about your appearance. You're going to want to be dressed to the nines. And if you're required to bring a gift, you're going to want it to be just the right, perfect gift. Some of you may even be having conversations with a partner. Could be a love partner, but it could also be a business partner about how you can get along better or how you can further the money you're making or your income or further something about your relationship. Some of you may be faced with some things that come back from your past that you're not really sure how to contend with now. So you may, some incidents or things from the past may be really buzzing around in your mind in June going into July. Now the next card you have, this could be a party or gathering. You have the Three of Cups, and this is attending a party, gathering, or celebration. You could be throwing this party as well. This could be 3 women, 3 friends, 3 sisters. It could also indicate help from friends. You're going to be duded up and ready to go. There's going to be a lot of action happening here for you. Many people, some of you are going to a gathering where many people are going to attend. Now, this could be a wedding, but it could even be like something bigger than that. Like, you know, I don't know, something work-related or, I don't know, some big event or party. You're not going to want to get shown up. You're going to really care about how you look and what you do and what you say at this event. You may even have some stipulations that are created by other people that are saying, you can't do it this way, you have to do it that way. Or you can't run this way, it has to run that way. Some of you are going to be thinking about, like, you want to upgrade your looks. You may be really concerned about your diet, your exercise program. Some of you may be even considering changing your look or having some kind of plastic surgery. Although I feel that some of you may get talked out of that. If you're thinking of plastic surgery, you may get talked out of that by a friend. And some of you are thinking about assembling something, some kind of program or something that you need either in your work or in your life, or it's something that you're going to want to present to a boss or maybe sell at your own business, sell on a website. And it could be a computer program. It could be a diet and exercise program. It could be some other kind of program. But I feel like you want to do, like, you want to get it going. You want to organize it. You want to facilitate it. And you want to sell it. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Scorpio. And the first card you have, Scorpio, is the Hermit. And this is a very spiritual card. This card represents your spirit guides lighting the way, showing you the path to go. And it can also be, you could be the Hermit, where you're taking a step back, getting a lay of the land before you proceed forward, but you're still going to be guided by your spirit guides. This is kind of like karmically testing times for you, Scorpio, to see what you're made of, because you could find yourself surrounded by a person or a couple of people that kind of like want to mess with you or mess with your mind or mess with your ideas. And you may have some real information about some stuff that's quite valuable. And you may feel like you need to keep it under wraps or to protect it. You may feel like it's hard to balance things right now because things were chaotic or got out of balance or out of whack. So you may be finding it a little tricky and difficult in mid-June going into July to get that balance that you seek. You may also find that things have gotten cluttered or disorganized or are in disarray, and that now you got to spend energy reorganizing, getting things back into a sense of organization, systems being in order. If you were away from an office or a business, it may be like, a lot of disarray if you have to go back there. And you're definitely going to find that there were things that were overlooked or not done right. That now, and maybe it's not by you, maybe this was coworkers or employees or family members that didn't do it right or overlooked it. But you're going to spot it, you're going to figure it out, and either you're going to fix it or you're going to have them put it to rights. So that's important energy for you this month. You may also feel like a little bit overworked or overwhelmed, like you can't take on any more work or business. That feeling may come up for some of you Scorpios in mid-June. So the next card you have in your reading is the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords is standing your ground, drawing a line in the sand, standing up against any gossipers, naysayers, or detractors. If there's any battle or fight, you're likely to win. So here are your two cards, the Five of Swords and the Hermit. Some of you Scorpios are going to find that either a business associate of yours, a competitor, or a coworker has, or even it could even be in a love relationship, somebody else has been trying to undermine you. I feel like you're going to find out about that. I do feel like you're going to confront it. If you find this out, I feel like you will confront this person. I do feel like they're a little afraid of you, and I feel like they are watching really carefully every move that you're making. If you're in a love relationship with somebody, this could be somebody after your partner, like flirting with them or wanting to get together with them. But for some of you, this is happening in a work situation. You may be starting to think that you want to get away from these people or get away from this person, because this could be a real thorn in your side, or it could have been driving you nuts for a while or creating drama for you. Also, if you feel like there's somebody in your life that's trying to bully you, coerce you, or manipulate you in any way, you are not going to have it. You're going to confront them, or you're going to be standing up to them. You're not going to let them bulldoze you. That's not going to happen. You are definitely going to find out that there are some things that somebody else forgot to do. And if it's anybody that's kind of after you, kind of trying to mess with you, you will be pointing out oh, really? Well, look, you didn't do this, and you were supposed to say or do that, and you didn't do that. You're going to be pointing out these forgotten things or mistakes that people made. This will strengthen your position and help you. Some of you may get invited to something where you get up and speak your mind. You could be doing it on social media, but this could be in an event or in some situation, maybe on Zoom, or on Skype, or some kind of meeting, or it could be in a business meeting or something where you're going to have to get up and speak your mind or say your opinion. And some people aren't going to like what you're going to say, but nonetheless, Scorpio, you will stick true to your beliefs and your convictions, and you will state them, whether the people like it or they don't. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the sign of Sagittarius. And the first card you have, Sagittarius, is the King of Swords. And this is an air sign person. This is either Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. The other sign that got the King of Swords is Aquarius. This is somebody, for some of you, this could be somebody that makes some kind of pass or play at you, romantically speaking, for some of you. This could also be a boss or somebody that you could be doing business with that wants to see you like bring in the goods. Like what do you have to sell, or what services do you provide? What do you have to sell? What's your product line? What's your and what gifts or talents do you have? It could be somebody looking at you in that way. They're quite cagey with a buck, and they got a lot of ideas in their head. They may even be asking you to do something with them, like stage something, work on a project together, get involved in something. Or again, like I said, it could be a potential love partner, or it could be somebody you're already intertwined with. They've got a lot of heat. They got a lot of energy, quite engaging at the moment. They're wanting you to see them for their positive traits or attributes. They may look at you like you're like a little scattered or a little all over the place, possibly. You may look at them like they're a jokester, like they may be having too much fun at other people's expenses. Like, I don't know, but I get like, you're going to think they're funny, but you might think that they think they're too funny. Like maybe the King of Swords thinks they're funnier than really what you think they are. But I do think to some degree you do find them funny. There's some kind of proposal coming to you from the King of Swords. If you're already intertwined with them, they could be asking you to move in together, or to get married, or to do a business prospect with them. Because it's not going to be love for all of you. Some of you are already intertwined with somebody. So this could be somebody new coming in and coming up with some kind of proposal for you. You have the Ace of Pentacles next, and this is the divine blessings coming to you of financial abundance, but it could also be other things of value, like emotions. It's not just money, but it could be money. And so you have the King of Swords with the Ace of Pentacles. Some of you are going to have some kind of opportunity to sell something and make some money here. Some of you Sagittarians are going to be starting either a whole new company, a whole new job, or a whole new business. And if you do that, it's going to like take off like gangbusters. You're going to, and I don't feel it's something that you're going to have to wait terribly long to see financial gain and success. It's going to happen pretty quickly. There's going to be a lot of people that want to have whatever it is you're selling. If you're going to sell a home, you're going to have a lot of people that are going to want to buy it. If you're starting a business and you're selling products or services, you're going to have a lot of people that are going to be interested and want to buy it. So for some of you, this King of Swords is somebody that could be coming up with some business or job proposal for you that the two of you could join forces and make a lot of money. But that's not going to be for all of you. But that's interesting what's coming up here in the Ace of Pentacles. Some of you receive some money, some kind of insurance claim or payout, or some kind of financial gain or reward for something that you've done already. Some of you may start to get intertwined with a new company or a new business. Maybe you own your own business and you're going to start to, do business with a new company, a new clients, new business that's going to increase your money. So You got a lot of different messages here. You have to see what makes sense for you. Some of you are receiving money. You are. Now, how's it coming to you? Man, that could be in so many different ways because it is a general reading. And it's also to, if you've been waiting for something to come through for a while, that like a raise or an inheritance, maybe somebody passed away a while ago and the estate hadn't been settled yet, or some kind of, like I said, insurance payout or something like that. Like some of you have some money that's coming to you that really has been on its way to you for a while, but you're not getting it until now. Maybe you thought you were going to get it a while ago, but you're getting it now. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Capricorn. And the first card you have, Capricorn, is the Magician. And this is the card of the manifester. What you think about, you bring about. What's in the ethers and in the spiritual realms, you can manifest into the physical reality. What's in your mind, you can manifest into the physical. And you have all the tools in front of you with which to do so. You're going to be quite the force to be reckoned with in June and July. You're going to be really demonstrating to like people, you're going to show them how it's done. You know, you're going to show at a job or some endeavor. And you're going to be really pragmatic, and you're going to be getting everything in order and getting everything in alignment in June and going into July. You're going to push forward for something that some idea you had or some like plan you had in your mind. You're going to push forward to have it come into fruition and into reality. And for some of you, this has to do with something that you wanted to see in your own business or at a job that you have, for some of you. If your life has been void of love, love looks like it's going to start to bloom or is going to re-enter your life. For those of you that it has been vacant. Some of you, you've had love all along, but for some of you, if it's been vacant, it's coming back into your life in June and July. Some of you are taking the next step or next something to do in advancement. Like if you needed to take another class to advance, you're going to do that. If you needed to take a test in something, you're going to take that test and you're going to advance. If you needed to apply for a new position opening up or a higher position where you work, you're going to make that known or put that application in or take that test that's required for you to advance. So you got a lot of things that are on the forefront of you taking steps, tests, classes, or putting requests in for advancement and promotion. Comes up here for a lot of you Capricorns. If you get put in any competition situation, I feel you are going to try your damnedest and hardest to win. Now, this could be a sporting competition you're involved in or something else. It could be in work. The next card you have in your reading is the Four of Swords, and this is a pause, a meditative state, a resting phase, a recuperation from an illness. It can also indicate prayer. So you have the Magician and the Four of Swords as your mid-month cards. Some of you need spiritual healing, and you are like ready to take a break or to wind down from something. If you're on the forefront of like pressure of, I feel like you're not ready to make a big commitment to something. There could be somebody saying like, we need you to commit to this, Capricorn. And you're going to feel like, I got to take a pause from that. I can't make that big commitment yet. I can't decide it right now. Some of you are actually healing from some wound. You may have hurt your shoulder. This could also be maybe you got sick with something. Could have been what was going on out in the world. Could be not that at all. Could be something else. So some of you are actually recuperating from something. Or if you had any kind of like surgeries, minor surgeries, you could be recuperating from that in mid-June going into July. Some of you were a little disturbed that somebody took something away from you, or you let go of something you wished you hadn't, and now it's gone, or you can't get it back and you have to live with it. And you may be dealing with some disappointment over it. It could be a job opportunity you turned down and you didn't think it was going to pan out, and it turned out that it was a great thing. Or a love relationship, you thought, no, I'm not really that into this person, and then they get with somebody else and you get to see what a really great person they are, and now you're disappointed. I don't know what it is, because it'll be different for all of you, because it is a general reading. It's not a private reading here, but I do feel like there is some remorse or recuperation of regret of something you didn't take or something you let go. Some of you that have been praying and holding out for better times do have some new income or new opportunities to generate income coming to you soon, possibly in August, maybe September. So I hope those messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the sign of Aquarius. And the first card, you have Aquarius, may actually be you. You have the King of Swords. And this is an air sign person. This is either an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. This could be somebody else as well. You're kind of starting to stake your claim about how you want things to be, how you want yourself to be, how you want your life to be. And it's like, you're kind of like not ready to give in or give up. It's like you're getting this like fighting spirit, like you're going to fight for what you want. If it's a job, you're going to fight for it. If it's a new love relationship, you're going to fight for it. Or if it's a new house or a new position of something, you're ready to fight for it. And you may find that you're going to be seeing or dealing with people that are waffling and wavering. And you're going to be like, you know what? I got no time for that. You're not going to want to deal with anybody that's wishy-washy or wavering. You want facts. You want action. So I feel like if anything comes up for you in mid-June or July, whether it be a person, a job, a situation, I feel like if they seem the slightest bit wishy-washy to you, you're going to be like, okay, I'm not going with that, or I'm not listening to that. I feel that some of you Aquarians, if you're able to, with what's going on in the world, you might not be able to completely yet, but I feel like you're going to get out and about more in the world. Like you want to get out. You want to get out and about more. You want to do more things than, maybe what you've been doing for a while. Some of you Aquarians are going to think of starting your own business or company, or upgrading or improving a business or company you already own. I feel like if you get challenged in any way to do something or to prove yourself or to take a chance, I feel like you will take the chance. I feel like you'll take that chance, and you're going to be kind of like, I'm going to let the chips fall where they may. Whatever will be, will be. I'm just going to take it and not sweat it and just do it. And if it works out, it does. If it doesn't work out, oh well. You're going to be very focused or more driven about seeing results. If you want to see more money in your bank account, you're going to be driven about that. If you want to see your physical appearance improve, or your health improve, or things around your environment improve, you're going to want results. You got 10 of Cups next. This is happily ever after. This can be happy home, happy love relationship, happy life, great things happening. So your two cards are King of Swords and 10 of Cups for the mid-month of June. If you attend any kind of party, gathering, or event, you're really going to shine. People are going to be paying attention to you, noticing you. You will be shining in some way in mid-June and going into July. Some of you, some wish or hope for a love relationship, either one you're already in or one that you want to have, or that you want to have one, comes to fruition. So if you're in a love relationship that's kind of wonky or needs repair and isn't right, I feel you'll get that rebirth, that start, that improvement. If you're not in one, I feel it's highly likely in the next 2 months you could meet somebody that really turns into a positive love relationship for you. Also, in anything where you would have to do some kind of presentation or any work that you're doing, you are really going to be like impressive. You're going to do impressive work, or your talents or abilities or whatever you're doing are going to shine. You're going to find that anybody that comes to see you or listen to you, or you comes encounter with you in the next month and a half, is going to respect you or have respect for your, you, who you are, just your way or your work or your skills or your abilities. Some of you may be getting engaged. Some of you, there could be a marriage proposal coming, or you're going to take a relationship up to the next level and get more serious with each other. You're actually coming into a time where you're going to feel like there's some kind of abundance flowing in your life. This could be, for many of you, emotionally speaking, because cups does symbolize emotions, but it could also be like if you're doing a great job or you feel like you're having like great success, that can be emotionally fulfilling for you as well. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the sign of Pisces. Oh, Pisces, do you feel bad because you're always at the end? Well, we love Pisces. So the first card you have here of the two for the mid-month Psychic Tarot update for June of 2020 is the Death card. So this is transformation. Something is ending so something new can begin. Some of you Pisces are kind of like reaching the end of your tether or the end of your rope or the end of a situation. And I hear you thinking in your mind, I'm not going to go around about that anymore. So it's probably something that you've been ruminating and running around and around in your head, and you're like, you know what, I'm not going to sweat this anymore. I'm not going to keep beating this dead horse in my head. I'm not going to keep doing it. That's it. And you could really have a lot to say, and people better be careful, because if they want to poke, like you're the bear, and they want to poke you with a stick, they might not like what you're going to spew out at them, or what you have to say. So people need to tread carefully around you, because I feel like since I pick up your at the end of your rope, or you're at the end of your tether about something, and you're tired of ruminating and going round and round with stuff in your head, that you're going to be quite forceful and speak your mind, like no holds barred. Like, you probably normally go about things where you want to be more judicious or more of the peacemaker or avoid conflict. But I feel that if certain buttons are pushed at the wrong time with you, you're not going to hold back. I feel like you're also going to come across or find out some information that some things were done or handled in a way that you don't really like how they were handled. This could be in a family situation, it could be in a work situation, it could be a love relationship, or in some social situation. I don't know, because it's a general reading, but I do get like, you're going to find out how some things were, what things were said and or how they were handled, and you're not going to be approving of it or think it was handled or said or done in the right manner. You may actually cut off dealing with someone. You may say, that's it. It could be a family member, friend, love partner, business associate, co-worker, I don't know. But some of you, you're going to be like, I'm done with communicating with you anymore. And it could be more than one person, but for many of you, it's like one or two people. I feel you're going to be like, yeah, that's it. So the next card you have in your reading is the Devil. So the Devil this is a card that shows you could be trapped and bound to an unhealthy relationship, trapped and bound and addicted to an unhealthy situation. It can also be a card of addictions. You could be addicted to many different things, or you could have a partner that has issues with addictions. So your two cards were Death and the Devil for the mid-month of June 2020 and going into July. It's kind of like, Pisces, you can't have it both ways. There is some kind of decision or choice you're going to have to make. And I feel that some of you are going to feel like your feet are getting held to the fire about something. Somebody's like forcing you to say something or do something, and you're not going to like it. Again, I feel like it has to go back to the death card. You're going to tell somebody just what you think, and you may cut them off. And I get all this skepticism around you, and you're going, why should I believe you? Or why should I listen to you? So you got somebody, Pisces, that's going to be spinning some tales your way. Oh, this is because of that. This is because of this. All these excuses. And you're going to be like, why should I listen to you? You're not going to want to hear it. In some way, Pisces, you are going to feel like you can't do something you want to do. I get a feeling of like a restriction here. I see you thinking, I got to sever myself from all that is unholy or ungood or unhealthy, unholy or unhealthy for you. And I see you saying, if you're going to ask me to do this or make me do this, I'm not going to. I see if somebody's trying to, like I said earlier, hold your feet to the fire, either make you explain something or make you do something, and I don't feel you're going to do it. There's some challenges coming up here, Pisces, to your psyche, to your aura, to you're a light being. So you've got some challenges coming up here to your psyche. There's definitely something that I see you dealing with where you're feeling like this person or people or group or company or business is going about it all the wrong way with you. They're not going to get the results that they want, or that they're just going about it all the wrong way. Whether it has to deal with you or you're just witnessing it, or if it's coming at you. Either way, you're going to feel like this is going about it all the wrong way, and it's not adding up for you. It's not feeding your soul. It's not in sync with you or what you want to do or what you believe in at all. So you have to think on that, Pisces. I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. I want to thank all the signs of the zodiac out there so much for watching my videos. And please like, share, and subscribe. And hit that notification bell when you do subscribe. That way you'll get notified when I upload my videos here to YouTube. As I said in the middle of the video, I have many videos I record for my Vimeo on-demand channel that are filled with psychic predictions and messages for a variety of very specific topics. And those most recent links I always post in the description box below this video in the show more section. Wow, it's pouring raining right now, if you can hear that. It's kind of loud. So the most recent video series I have linked below is the mid-year 2020 Psychic Tarot Update 7-card Bohemian Tarot spread readings for each sign of the zodiac. I do a mid-year update every year. This one was 7 cards. I usually do 5. This one was the Bohemian Tarot spread for 7 cards. So if you haven't checked that out yet, you can get that by clicking the link below. The important angel messages for these changing times for each sign of the zodiac. I did videos on that using 3 different angelic decks, angel-based decks. I used the Keepers of the Light Oracle cards, the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards, and the Ask an Angel Oracle cards in those readings. And they were very spiritual, but there was predictions in them as well. So you might want to check them out. And based on request from people that write me, I made the career and finance, psychic tarot, and crystal readings for 12 to 18 months, which started in May of 2020 and will go until November of 2021. So those videos, there was a lot going on in those psychic tarot and crystal readings for the career and finance, and you might want to check them out based on the things that have been going on. Now, I was supposed to get my lunar eclipse, I was supposed to have my June 2020 eclipse effects readings linked below, but there was technical difficulties and they are not going to be on for a few days. But once they are on, I will put that link below this video. And it's going to be about the effects of the two eclipses that we had this month. First one was on June 5th in Sagittarius. The second one is in Cancer on June 21st. And these eclipse effects last for 6 months. But that link is not below yet, but it is coming. If you would like to get more psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides that you're not going to see here on YouTube, you can follow me on my social media pages at The Lucky Mermaid LLC on Facebook, The Psychic Pastry Chef LLC also on Facebook, and The Lucky Mermaid _ Pam Georgel on Instagram. So I hope you have an absolutely phenomenal month of June and going into July, all the signs of the zodiac out there. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.